Okay, so I just want to switch back to my presentation. Okay, let me. Okay, great. So you can see you can control all this in a lot more rigor maybe than you thought of in before, and especially the demo that Daniel showed you there in terms of delivering Office to pretty much any desktop using Office on Demand. Now, the fourth pillar was about cloud. Now, cloud really does enable lots of different scenarios. One of the best ones that we use in Microsoft, and I know a lot of our customers use, is the ability to connect to people anywhere in the world using Lync. And Lync is now becoming an excellent tool for multi-party, high-definition conferencing from pretty much any device. So just imagine if your boss says, look, we've cut the budgets, we can't travel, but you've still got to run your IT or you've got to run your business, and you still have to connect to people around the world. Well, Lync is a great way of doing that, and you can do that through the cloud very seamlessly. And again, it can be on multiple devices. Because it's in the cloud, it's also running on our data centers. It becomes enterprise-grade, very reliable, 24/7 support, and backed up by the Microsoft brand and support infrastructure. And we do have those options of on-premise Lync or on-premise on-premise Lync or on-premise, cloud Lync as well, or the mixture of the two. When you look at the whole cloud scenario, because you're subscribing on a per user per month basis, it becomes very cost effective. You can reduce travel and reduce your ongoing costs. So again, let's not just talk about it. Let's actually have a look at the demo. Now, for the first time in Hong Kong, I'd like to show you a brand new client. Now, this is back to my Windows Phone. So you can see here I've got the Lync 2013. So you guys can see that a bit better. Lync 2013 client. So this is the new Lync 2013 client for Windows Phone, and it's got a beautiful new experience. I can obviously scroll left and forward to get my contacts. If I click on my contacts, you'll notice these are all the people that I've been communicating with recently. These are my favorites. I also have all the conversations that I've had during Tech Days, so with Jackie and a whole group of people, all the presentation that I've been involved with. And if I scroll again, I get the calendar view, which is a beautiful new experience with Lync 2013, because now I have the ability to look at my calendar within Lync, decide on which Lync meeting I want to join, and with one click, I can join that meeting over voice over IP or over IP generally, and then I can, without having to remember all those complex dialing, conference calling, passwords, etc., that you get when you're joining a meeting normally. So let's give it a go. Now, this is a meeting we set up a bit earlier with Jackie. So depending on how great the corporate network is, which it will be, you can see Jackie's online. There he is. So he's already joined. Let me just mute that. So I'll just start my camera. Hopefully you can see that. Now, I've got this big visualizer just above me, so it might not see my entire face. Let me just try again. Okay, he keeps on waving. Hi, Jackie. Okay, it's not going to let me ride my camera. Oh, there it will. Maybe it will. Let's just try it. Oh, there you go. So it just took a few seconds. I just lean over the top of the visualizer so you guys can see that I'm actually connected. So it's very, very easy to connect to your Lync client, Lync services through Windows Phone. And I'm pleased to say it's also very easy to connect through other devices as well. Now, I have a strange device here, which I have to say I'm still getting used to. I've never seen this device before. I think I borrowed it off somebody. Oh, okay. Now, some of you might recognize this as an Android device. Well, it is, but it's still running Lync 2013 client. So I've got the same experience, slightly different implementation. This time it's on Android, so the screen resolution is slightly different. But I still get the same information I need to be able to connect to meetings, contact people very seamlessly. You can see I've got all the previous chats I've had, and I can even join the conference. Now, we've also got this on iOS, so you can run it on your iPad or on your iPhone. So pretty much any device you guys are using, you can connect to that meeting, which is great. But one of my favorite devices, and we'll switch over to the screen over here, which is probably the biggest Windows 8 device I've ever had in my possession. And this is one I'd love to have in my home. Just imagine that was in your home. This is great. So this is a 70-inch screen. It's from one of our partners, iTac. Now, it's running Windows 8. It's actually built into the display itself. And all I have to do to join a meeting, again, is click on Lync. Now, this is a Lync meeting we set up slightly earlier. You may have seen us set it up. I've actually got 5 people joining the call. And maybe I should start my video. Let's start my video so I can start my video here. So you can see that I'm on the video from the camera on the right-hand side. And I've got some very interested, waving people on the background. You'll also notice at the bottom, this is the room downstairs where we had the CIO lunch. This is actually a round table that's sitting on one of the tables people can interact with and share, etc. Now, what I love about meetings is, I don't love meetings, but I love recording meetings. Now, with Lync, I just have one press, and I'm now recording that meeting. If you'll notice on the bottom left-hand corner, we're recording the meeting, so everybody knows I'm recording it. And I can post those recordings later in the day. I can also decide, if I really get bored of the meeting, who do I want to look at? Now, in this case, I can pin maybe the video aspect of the beautiful Gary. She can be on there, so we can look at a pretty girl rather than PowerPoint. And now we've got the meeting running, and I love meetings, but frankly, sometimes I get a bit bored as well. So I may want to move ahead of the meeting, see what the presentation's like. So I may want to look at the thumbnails, and these are all the slides looking ahead. So I maybe want to shoot off to that particular one and look ahead. Now, we call this the Bill Gates feature, because Bill gets very bored in meetings and just wants to move to the final slide, right? It's always a good feature to have. You'll notice on the top right-hand corner, we've also got something called Take Over as Presenter. Now, this is the Steve Ballmer feature. Steve loves this feature because he'll take over the presenter and he takes control of the whole thing. So, but in this case, maybe I should let somebody run it. So I'm going to return to presenter view. And I'm going to let Eddie, who's sitting in the audience here, take control. And take us through the slides, Eddie. Let's have a look, see what we've got. OK, that looks interesting. Oh, there's a video. Perhaps you can play the video.
Your teams work in different ways. With the right solutions, you can keep them all up.
So what you're seeing here is we've got embedded video within Lync that can be streamed out for training purposes to anybody else you want in the world. Built within to Lync and built within the presentation, which is pretty powerful. Now, so you can imagine the scenarios where you're doing training or educating people. Now, that's OK. We can watch videos. Again, it's quite fun to watch. But the other thing I love doing is brainstorming. So I'm going to take control here, and I'm going to open up the whiteboard. Now, with a big screen like this, it makes a lot of sense that you use the whiteboard for collaborating, thinking of new ideas. So here's the whiteboard up. Because I've got touch enabled, maybe I can click on, oh, actually, let me just enable this. I can click on this. Try one more time. OK, so I can move that picture around with ease. I can edit it. Maybe I want to edit the picture while other people are in it. I might say, look, this is great. I just love this picture. Maybe a big happy face. I'm not very good at drawing. You have to excuse me. But you get the idea. And then somebody's now putting the ears on my face, which is very pleasant. Or maybe, I don't know what that is, but it's... So now we're collaborating in a meeting. So again, powerful whiteboarding capability. But the other thing I love doing, as we come back to the start of the presentation, I like making notes. And I like making notes in OneNote. So in this case, I'm going to take my OneNote, and I'm going to record the meeting itself. So let me just click off this. I'll just say OK. And you'll notice OneNote comes up. And even in OneNote, it's recorded who's in the meeting. I can take notes. And it will even put in the PowerPoint if I need it there. So within a matter of seconds, I can then share that document to my entire team, saving a lot of time. So Lync is really a very powerful platform for enterprise communication, whether you're on a mobile device, whether you're on a big screen Windows 8 device. It really does enable collaboration across the organization. So let me go back to the PowerPoint so we can summarize. Okay, so I hope you've got a brief view of what Office 365 and Office 2013 can deliver. And again, I want to stress it's about devices, it's about enterprise social, it's about control, the ability to do IT control that Daniel showed, data loss prevention, that type of thing. It's also about the cloud. It's about the ability to scale this with your business. And so these things together make it very compelling. The other thing about Office 365 is we packaged it so it's affordable for different types of organizations, whether you're a small business from 1 to 10 users, or you're a mid-sized business where you want maybe some of the added capabilities, or even if you're an enterprise customer, or you've got maybe a government body, or even academia. We provide this for schools and universities. And the great thing about it is it has SharePoint, Exchange Online, Lync Online, all as a subscription service. And if you subscribe to the enterprise plan, Yammer comes for free. So again, the whole social collaboration comes built in. Now, it's available today. To be honest, it's available for the last few weeks. All you have to do is go to office.com, sign up for a free trial, have a play. You can do everything we've shown you today. Everything was live, everything was on in our data center, and you can see how powerful this can be. Please also join the Tech Day Yammer network. Win that Nokia 720. I don't want to end up the end of today taking that home. I just need to give it to somebody. And but before I go, I just also want to stress another thing. We have millions of people using Office 365 across the world today, and a lot of customers here in Hong Kong. So for that, I want to thank the people in the audience who are using it today. But we also have some really great brands, organizations that are using Office 365 and deploying it. And one of those great brands is Mandarin Oriental Hotel. And I had the pleasure of talking with the CIO, who's done a brief video to share with you his experiences of Office 365. And with that, I'd like to thank you. Play the video.
Mandarin Oriental is an owner and operator of high-end luxury hotels around the world. The company started here in Asia, and we've since grown out into running hotels in North America as well as Europe. We've got 27 hotels today, over 11,000 employees. Mandarin Oriental's mission is to completely delight and satisfy our guests. One of the technological challenges is mobility. There's been this whole shift towards consumerization of IT in the last few years. And from our perspective as well, we have a very strong need to support mobile communications. It's kind of unique to hospitality is that it's a 24/7 environment. Our hotels are operating 24 hours a day. Unlike a bank, which usually manages to shut on the weekends, we don't. We've got a very complex environment in the hotels. Many hotels have 25 to 40 servers running 2 or 3 dozen different applications. We've got a very lean IT team, so it's very hard keeping all of that running. Mandarin has decided that we need to try and move our IT to the cloud. For us, actually, email is a mission-critical application. It's sort of the lifeblood of the hotel because there's so much communication that goes on internally as well as with clients, with suppliers, and so on through email. We decided that actually email was probably the best application to start the move to the cloud with. So we obviously did look at some of the other major players out there. The issue we had with Google really was that they don't have all of the functionality that Microsoft Exchange has. Our users are already used to that functionality, things like calendaring. And those things actually make a difference to productivity. So we expect by the end of this year we'll have about 14 to 1,500 users. And that's going to cover all of our corporate offices and a number of the hotels, primarily the ones that we own. And then next year we expect to do a lot of the managed hotels as well, so we should be up well over 5,000 users by then. So we're starting off with deploying Exchange Online. That will be rolled out to the initial set of users, and then Lync Online will go pretty much with that. And we'll do SharePoint Online later in the year. One of the benefits we see with Exchange Online is being able to support all the different mobile devices that users have, whether those are Blackberries and smartphones that we've traditionally used, or the new Windows 8 phones that we're starting to deploy today. One of the other advantages for us is mailbox sizes. Traditionally we've restricted our mailboxes to a few hundred megabytes. Now we can give users 25 gig mailboxes. If we do need to deal with the legal hold, it's going to be very easy because everything's in one place. With Lync, I just go to Outlook, create my appointment, one click, and it's an online meeting with full conferencing capability. Today, our IT teams in the hotels are spending 10 to 20 hours per hotel every month just looking after the Exchange. We've been working for a while to actually virtualize the servers we have in the hotels. And that's really to reduce the footprint and the complexity of what we're managing. And we expect to save between $300,000 and $500,000 over 5 years per hotel. We expect as we move to the cloud to save even more money because Microsoft's data centers run more efficiently than ours. And that helps cut down on carbon footprint as well. Each of our hotels is different, but then they have common challenges. And one of the key things we see about being able to use a tool like Yammer is to enable that social collaboration, where people in different hotels can actually collaborate and resolve common problems. Microsoft gives us a 99.9% SLA and has a support infrastructure behind that to support us. Our users generally love it. The mobile communication has improved dramatically compared to what they used to have, so everybody's very happy now.